Everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I thought I'd showcase the apps on my iOS 6 iPhone 5 as per a user request made by @user EL4SU7TL6F. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So here is just the apps on my iOS 6 iPhone 5, which is the iPhone that I use the most on iOS 6 whenever I reach for an iOS 6 iPhone. So just an iOS 6 device, period. So let's get into it. So just for details on this phone, this is a 16 GB iPhone 5 running iOS 6.1.4. Just get some basic stuff out of the way. Obviously, I have all the default applications on here. Camera. One notable flaw of this phone is that the camera does not fully work because the back camera shows a bunch of spots on it. When I try to show, and of course I can't flip it over to the front camera since it doesn't work, and I can't get flipped back to the back camera without resetting the phone. And because I have so much data on this phone, because it's jailbroken now, I can't reset it. So yeah, but it's just some other apps that you might not be familiar with if you're younger or else haven't used iOS for quite a while. Is Passbook is what the Wallet app is now. This is what the Passbook app is like. Videos is basically the Apple TV app before Apple TV came out. I know Apple TV might have just come out in some regions like 5 years ago, but in the United States it's been out for quite a while now, so I thought I'd just go over that. Game Center is, well, you guys know what Game Center is. Newsstand is what news used to be is now. So now getting on to all these folders to showcase all my applications. How's all of them, excuse me. The first folder is Techie Crap, where is obviously where I showcase all my just kind of nerdy stuff, or not necessarily nerdy stuff, but just stuff that I need. That's more technical based. Like Cydia obviously is the app that they use to access all jailbreak tweaks. ISSH is basically a weird console configuration or else connection app. I'm sure there's a lot you can do with it, but I don't know much about ISSH. Geekbench is obviously a tool that you can use to run benchmarks. I'm not going to do that right now to save time. Speed test, of course, is what you can use to run speed tests of your Wi-Fi. OpenVPN is VPN, but VPNs are all crappy anyways, scam anyway, so I just sideload the app on here. I don't actually use that one. Viteris is basically the new app store for iOS 6 and 5. Okay, so now for gaming crap, I have sideloaded a few games. Bad Piggies, I don't actually know much about this one. I think this might be a spin-off of Angry Birds. Copyrighted. Okay, that's what Bad Piggies is. I have Dual Jump, which I can't actually play because the accelerometer on this phone is broken. So hence, consequently, the compass is broken. Yeah, we'll just get out of there. Minecraft, Pete, Pocket Edition, pretty standard. Flappy Bird, pretty standard. Pac-Man, pretty standard. VO is an app that I sideloaded, but it's so cool. And there's Dumb Ways to Die on here too. Now, Health Crap is just Runkeeper and Withings. I don't actually know much about Withings, but Runkeeper is pretty self-explanatory. Apple Crap is all the Apple extras. Pages, Numbers, and Keynote. Again, Pages basically a document as a word processor. Numbers is for spreadsheet. Sheets and Keynotes for presentations. iMovie. The old iMovie is such a cool effect. Like, let's hear that sound. That's something you don't get anymore. iPhoto was Apple's photo editing app. Nowadays, it no longer exists since those functions are just integrated into the Photos app. But yeah, GarageBand. GarageBand is still pretty similarly skeuomorphic now. Podcast, pretty self-explanatory. iBooks is what Apple Books used to be. iTunes Remote was an app that you could use to control various devices running iTunes Media throughout your house. Nike Plus iPod was a way you could track your workouts on your iPhone. It lasted from the iPod Touch second generation, the iPhone 3GS, from iOS 2 up to iOS 8, that no longer exists because Apple and Nike no longer have much of a partnership. Contacts, calculator, compass, voice modes, and Find iPhone are all pretty self-explanatory. Find iPhone is just what Find My used to be. Social media, again, most of this is self-explanatory, except for Bacon Reader. I don't know what this is. Okay, this is just a subreddit app. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Looks like it still works too. Alien Blue is what Reddit used to be. Though I don't have Reddit, so I can't test that. Facebook and Messenger, I just have the apps on here. I don't actually have a Facebook account, so I haven't tested these. Though I know Messenger doesn't work on iOS 6 anymore, but I think Facebook still might. Don't quote me. Test that for yourself, though. You don't quote me on that. Twitter does still somewhat work if you already signed in. Or at least, yeah, here we go. It still works. Back when it was called Twitter. Though nowadays you can no longer sign into iOS 6 Twitter and have it work. Remind is a school messaging app that no longer works on iOS 6. GroupMe, I don't have GroupMe, so I can't test that. Instagram, I have an Instagram account, so that does not work anymore. YouTube, the YouTube app, you can use jailbreak tweaks to get this to work, but this no longer works anymore. Google Chrome obviously does work, but you've relied on old web standards, so probably won't work. Google Drive, I don't know if this works or not. In Google Maps, obviously that does not work anymore. Google Maps, no, it does work, I think. And then Video Crap, Netflix, I still think works on iOS 6, so I'm not too sure. Plex, you might be able to install some local apps on here and get that working, though I'm not too sure. VLC, I think, still works on iOS 6, so I haven't tested that. And the Roku app does not work on iOS 6, which is just a remote app for controlling your Rokus. Music Crap, I have Spotify and Pandora. I think Pandora might work on iOS 6, though I'm not too confident about that. And Spotify, I think, may, but I'm not sure. Then Weather Crap, I have WeatherBug and AccuWeather. Neither of these work. Utilities, Dropbox, CalcBot, Movie Pro, and Wikipedia. Wikipedia app, actually I don't know if, yeah, it just crashes. Movie Pro, just a movie recording app, so it does work. Yeah, they're actually. CalcBot is probably one of the best third-party calculator applications to exist. It makes all these cool noises. There's 2 different tabs rather than sliding the calculator over. It's pretty cool. And then for web browsers, I have Puffin and Mango. I have no idea if either of these work or not. So yeah, that was just a tour of the applications on my iOS 6 iPhone 5. And as always, thank you all for watching this video. I'm the iTunes Fanboy, and as always, peace out.